everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. This is September's Flosstube. So we are in October already. How crazy is that? Loads and loads and loads going on. I haven't had as much stitching as I'd like to get done. I've got a deck being built. I've got people working my arena. I have, what else have I've been sourcing ingredients to bring out my own turmeric horse supplement, and I've been doing the labeling for that. What else have I been doing? I had my friend over from the UK, or Ellie. So I had basically like 5 days where I didn't get any stitching done then. What else? Website. I've been redesigning my website so that when I've got my turmeric out and it's ready to go, that the e-commerce side of it will be, you know, ready to go. And then I've been organising my friend to be coming out on the 9th of October, which is Sunday, so that's exciting. So she's coming for a week. So yeah, suffice to say, this month has been a bit rubbish for any stitching. Sometimes I've just got to like the end of the day and my head is so frazzled that I just haven't been able to, I literally just have not been able to sit down and do some stitching because my brain has like just not been able to cope with it. And I literally just wanted to sit down with a glass of wine and completely chill out and do nothing and, you know, I don't know, binge watch a series or something. So yes, unfortunately, I've only actually managed to do like 3,000 stitches this month. I haven't even hit my whip go, but I didn't hit my goal for full coverage fanatics. So I'm hoping that I will do that this month. We will see. This month is busy. Again, I've got, you know, arena. The deck is still being built and my friend's coming over. So I don't really know what this month is going to look like, but it's just crazy. It's just so crazy right now. So without further ado, let's get into the stitching. What I'm going to do is I am going to do all the stitching now, and then I'll let you know when that's all done, and I'll go through, you know, what's been going on in my life. If anyone's interested, they can carry on listening, and if not, then that's fine. If you're only here for the stitching, that's fine too. So I have no haul this month. Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Bought nothing cross stitch wise. However, and I haven't even managed to get a stitch with me done this month. That's how manic it's been. It's just been crazy. So the little amount of stitching that I have got done, I am going to show you now. So let's start with the first one that I worked on, which was, I'm just going to go with what I've got here first. So Bountiful Bookshelf, which is charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. The artwork is by Amy Stewart, and that is this one. Oh, hang on. My camera's over on the other side now today, so here we go. Try and move it into the middle a bit. Bountiful Bookshelf, Amy Stewart. I've been working on this one for a very long time. Trying to get as much of the first book done so that I can actually completely and utterly move my Q-snap over to my next book. And I think that's how I'm going to do this. I'm just going to do it book by book, and I think that's the only way that, you know, I can do it rather than page by page. So this is where you saw it last month. And this is where I am at now. I am stitching this on 18 count 2/1. I did, where are we? Around 751 stitches. This one was on my full coverage fanatics as well, to do 500. I think, was the colour brown? I think the colour was brown, which is the reason for this one, because this is very brown. So I might have to move my microscope. My microscope is right on my arm. Hang on one sec. See if you can go there. Okay. Did I say microscope? I'm went microphone, microscope, random. See, that's the kind of month I'm having. Wow. Okay, that's a wow moment, Holes. Okay, so yeah, so I'm just, look, as you can see, I'm almost there. I'm almost there with this completely. I've only got like a couple of here stitches to do. I'm almost finished this one completely. And this book, what I might do is just move it right over. So get these done, move it right over to here, and then finish this book here. And then I've got this one to do. So yes, not as many stitches as I wanted to get done. I'm at 4.87% on this one. So yeah, it's you know, just taking its toll. It has been like this. Okay, so this is an idea that I was given by someone. And because I haven't got much of a margin here, this is completely my fault, my mess up. I think I've only got a 2-inch margin. Someone suggested to me, she's a subscriber, I don't know if she wants me to mention her name, so she's quite a private person, so I won't, about actually if you put the fabric on the edge of the Q-snap but not right on the end, if you have got a very minimal amount of margin, it actually makes it very much easier to get to the end of your fabric, because sometimes what I was finding is, because I didn't have much margin, when you put it around the edge of the Q-snap, it takes up, like, because there isn't much fabric there, it takes up a lot of fabric to actually have it on there properly, so you don't get much, like, you haven't got much of a tautness there. And this actually works really well. So I was able to get to all of these, pretty much finished all of these stitches in here. Most of these I've got done down here as well. I think I've only got a few, you know, spotted amounts, but you know, it's always the rogue stitches, the one that always takes the time, because you know, you've got to thread your needle, and then you've got to do the rogue stitch, and then you've got to like run it through the back, and then you know, you've got to cut off your threads, and then you're back into doing it all over again. I've got a fly, I'm sorry, my door is open. The weather here is absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. Blue skies, gorgeous sun, but not too hot. Cool breeze, warm with a cool breeze. It's just beautiful. My electric bill this month is going to be way lower than usual. I haven't got the air conditioning on, as you can hear. What a difference that makes. It's just the best time of the year. Absolutely love this time of the year. Love it. So everything has been a lot more enjoyable, because I'm finding it more enjoyable to sit in front of my desk and do work, just because I haven't got that impending heat coming through with the windows. But yeah, it means that because doors are open and everything, flies are rife, aren't they, this time of year. Anyway, so that is Bountiful Bookshelf. Really loving it. You know, I think it's, you know, we're getting there. Look at the amount of fabric though. That's just, it's a car wreck, look. Oh my goodness, I can't seem to get that happy medium. Okay, right, so I've got a candle going, so I'm going to see if I can put this up here without setting fire to my fabric. Hang on, let me just move this off my screen. Okay, the next one I worked on is one that I absolutely love doing. It's just, I love working on this one because it's so easy, because there's so much bulk colour, and it's just a stunning piece, absolutely beautiful. And that is Dahlia. Did that come up? You know what? I think Bountiful Bookshelf was actually on my Whip Go this month. It was on my Whip Go, and I think Dahlia was the Full Courage Fanatics, I believe. I think I chose, hang on, I'll go that side. I think I chose that one because there's quite a lot of brown in it, and the area that I'm working in, top left corner, is very much brown. 782 and 780, so they're brown colours, so that's kind of where I'm going with that. So this one is charted by Heaven and Earth Designs, and the artwork is by Carol Cavallaris. She is an absolute, just genius with artwork. I mean, absolutely stunning piece this is. I am doing this one on 20 count 1/1 full cross, and all of my pieces are using CXC thread. I did 533 stitches this month, and I'm at 0.46%. So this is where you saw it last time. And this is where I am. I thought that was upside down then. Oh my goodness. This is where I'm at to now. So 20 count 1/1. Coverage is amazing using CXC thread, as you can tell. Filled in all the blanks. I just love this one. I'm going to see if I can put this on my list to do this month. I don't think it came up this month, but you know what? Sometimes it's nice just to work on something that is not confetti heavy. I think that is one of the other issues that I've had with because I very, very much go off a whip go thing with my stitching, is that when I know the project that I've got to work on, if it's one that is like really confetti heavy, I just, like, my brain just switches off and is like, no, I can't deal with that. Can't deal with it. So if it was the fact that I could just choose which project that I wanted to work on, which, you know what, sometimes I think, you know, let's change the plans up a little bit, because I honestly think that if I didn't stick to like the rigidity of my whip go, and I thought, you know what, I know that's on my whip go and, you know, that's panned out to do this week, but let's just, you know, work on what you want to work on. I think I may have got more stitching done, because I probably would have picked up something like Dahlia or Henry VIII, because there's a lot more bulk colour, like completely. It's just so much easier to work with. So yeah, I absolutely love this one, because you really do get a lot of bulk stitching on this one, and I feel that I achieve more, even though I only done 500 stitches on this one as well, which is just, honestly, it's been a real rubbish month this month for stitching. So that is that one, Dahlia. I feel like I'm going to rush through these this month. So the next one is Bookshelf. Now, as far as I was aware, I had to complete a colour on this one. However, what I found out is the colour that I had put down to complete, maybe it wasn't this one, maybe it was another one. I got a feeling that the colour I put down to complete, I had already completed. Maybe it wasn't this one. Oh yeah, it was. Yeah, number 1 was Bookshelf Colour Complete 1 colour, and then the other one was Colour Complete 814. 814 I did last time. So I basically colour completed 2 colours this month. Oh no, actually no, I didn't. So 814, I think I had like 2 rogue stitches to colour complete, so I cheated a little bit. So I think I put those 2 stitches in, and then I had completed 814, and then I colour completed another one. I can't remember what colour that was, but anyway, I'll show you anyway. So this one is a design that I took off Etsy. I got off Etsy. This is designed by New Dream Stitch, and these are those gorgeous penguin cloth bound classics, which I never seem to get in the right order. Penguin cloth bound classics. Stunning, stunning these are. This is I'm doing on 18 count 2/1 full cross. Am I actually? No, I thought I was missing something. So I actually did on this one 5. Oh, my tummy's rumbling. Sorry. 530 stitches, and I'm at 54.14%. So this is where you saw it last month. And this is where I am at now. I believe it was this colour here I colour completed. This one here. I'm not too sure what colour that is. 814 or 815, something like that. No. Okay, maybe that was 814. Okay, so I got them the wrong way around. So that was the 814. Okay, and then the colour complete on the other one was, I think I had to do a couple more rogue stitches on this one, which was 823, I believe. So yeah, I know you can't see the whole entire project, but just so you know, I put all of my, when I stitch, just before I go to do my stitching, if I'm moving Q-snaps and things anyway, I always take a picture and put it on my Instagram. Now, my Instagram is, let me just make sure I got this the right way round. Instagram for my, and it's only got cross stitch on it. It's got nothing else on it, just cross stitch. Is, bear with. Come on, what are you doing? Holly the Cross Stitch Addict 83. That's Holly the Cross Stitch Addict 83. All one word. So you will know that it's me because the little icon that shows you who it is the same as my YouTube channel, and it's just, you know, the coloured threads. So you'll know that that's my Instagram. So if you want to go on there and follow me, that's absolutely fine. But whenever I go to work on a project, the first thing I do is take a picture of the picture so that you can see where I was. And then obviously I do all my stitching. And then I come to you guys and do my monthly video. And then when I start working on something else or even on the same thing, then I take another picture and it goes up onto my Instagram. So everything on that Instagram is just cross stitch. It is absolutely 100% cross stitch. Nothing about my life, which is fine. So I just thought, you know, it'd just be better if, you know, I had something that was just dedicated to cross stitch, because, you know, a lot of my friends, I mean, with you guys, it's fine because you kind of understand we're in the cross stitch community, but a lot of my friends are like, I don't really understand it. You know, I've had so many comments going, why are you doing something it's for 90-year-olds? I'm like, you what? It's not. So I tend to not put anything on my personal Instagram and on my personal Facebook page now that is cross stitch related. I also don't want my dad to think I'm sat out here doing nothing, because I'm not. And that's a really good way of kind of proving to him that I am sat here doing nothing, even though I primarily do my cross stitch in the evenings. So yeah, I only ever put anything on Instagram now. So where was I? Bookshelf. Yeah. So I 18 counts, 2/1, finished 814, finished 823. So that's another colour, another 2 colours in the bank of completed colours on this one. And I had previously moved the Q-snap, which I will do again on the next time that I bring this out, which will be this month, which I'll explain anyway. But because the other colour on my Full Courage Fanatics is on this side, it means I then have to kind of move my Q-snap again, and I'll take a picture of the whole thing, so you'll be able to see the whole thing. That's kind of where I'm going with that, which took forever just to get to the point. So yeah. Okay. So that is bookshelf. The next one I worked on, and again, this is a classic example of not seeing the whole thing, but I moved my Q-snap. So when I did move my Q-snap, I took a picture of the whole thing, and that's on my Instagram. So QS Quick Stitch Grace Face 2, Heaven and Earth Designs. Absolutely stunning. Artwork by Josephine Wall. And I did 545 stitches on this one this month. And I have hit 90% complete. So I've decided that I needed to work on this better. And for me, you know, to do that, to colour complete some of the colours, I needed to move my Q-snap. So instead of it being lengthways like this, I've actually turned it 90 degrees, and now I'm working on my Q-snap like that, but from half down. So I will show you what I mean. This is where you saw it last time. And this is where I'm at now. Now this is at 90% and it's being stitched on an 18 count 2/1. So as you can see, a lot of these colours are only in this part, because actually you can see here, if I move this up like this, a lot of these colours are very much like autumnal colours. So I wanted to get some colour completes. I had to complete five colours this month. and I completed 5 colours. Now, yes, some of them were like 3 or 4 stitches, others were, actually I think I colour completed 2, no, sorry. I colour completed 10 colours this month because some of them were 2 and 3 stitches, some of them were like 1. I had loads of stitches where it was like 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So I smashed out a load of them, but I didn't, for me to get my stitch count, I wanted to work on the ones where I had the most. So I think 327 was in there as one that I colour completed because I think I had like 223 stitches or something. But yeah, so look at that. You know, her face is coming along. Do I think I'm going to complete this year? No, but I'm probably going to complete this very, very, very early next year. So look, so a lot of these here are, you know, some of those stitches. A lot of these stitches here were 1 and 2 stitches, so I got lots of these done. But I am, you know, I'm just plodding away. I'm just putting those stitches in, you know, every single stitch is 1 stitch less. So that's, you know, that's where this is. And it's just beautiful, don't you think? This is full CXC threads. I just think it's gorgeous. So yeah, so I'm going to complete this part and then I'm going to, I've got like 1, 2, 3 rogue stitches at the top. The top part of this is primarily 100% finished, but I do just have a few stitches that I need to go in and finish. So I'm going to do the bottom part and then I'll complete the top part and then we should have 100% finished, which is exciting. Exciting. So I think one of the reasons why I felt like so overwhelmed this month is because I haven't done as much stitching as I'd like to do, and stitching really is my downtime, but I was finding that I was spending so much time doing other things. So I've got a friend back home that is helping me with my website. And he's amazing, but you know, sometimes we'd be on the phone, even though he's in England and he's 5 hours in front of us. We'd maybe start a phone call now at 11:30 and we would still be on the phone at 10 o'clock that night, you know, dealing with the website, filling bits in and changing things. And it was just like mind blowing. You know, we would have days and days and days like that. And so I just did not get as much stitching as I wanted to do. And I feel that because I've been doing so much other stuff, I haven't had as much downtime, which means that I'm finding everything a bit overwhelming because I've just not been able to kind of chill and forget about stuff, you know, because I've always got stuff going on. So the next one I worked on is Resistance is Futile. This is a beautiful one. I'm stitching this one on 20 count 2/2. It's a long dog sampler, and that is the pattern. Beautiful. I've actually finished the top band, which is grand, say the top band, the next band, and I've started on the next band down. I had to do 500 stitches on this one, and I did 560. Do you know what? I should have just carried on with this one, but because I had such little time this month, I was just trying to, like, you know, smash out my whip go and get to my reach my goal and then move on to something else, because I didn't know if I was going to have enough time for everything. So I'm at 44.24% on this one. I'm almost at 50%, not quite. This is where you saw it last month. I think it was on last month. And this is where I am at now. So this band is now complete. And as you can tell, I fixed all the issues with there being... So there was an issue when there is an issue on importing long dog samplers in Pattern Keeper. Just be aware that when you import it, there is always going to be page discrepancies. So, and I found this a lot with other people as well. And one of my lovely subscribers, Linda, who won't mind me mentioning her name, she did message me a while back now when I think I was doing like this bit here, the early part, this bit. And she said, just to let you know that when you import it into Pattern Keeper, it's not a mistake, but it's just the way it's imported. What it does is where you get the overlap of the pages, you end up doing the same one twice. So she saw my piece because I think there was one of these that was up here, if that makes sense. And she was like, Holly, that's wrong. You need to unpick all that and redo it. So I did. So just to let everyone aware that where you get the page changes, there is going to be an overlap. So just be very aware of that. So what I'm saying is print out your pattern and refer back to the pattern just for the areas where you've got the pages. So then I've started down here, which is lovely. This is really beautiful as well. So that should be a pretty quick band to do really, because there's not a huge amount of stitching in there. But yeah, I'm at 44%. I hope maybe next time I can get to 50%, but we'll see. We will see. Ouch. Okay, so that is Resistance is Futile. 28 count 2 over toe. 917 is the colourway that I'm using on that one. CXC, obviously. Okay. Is that all my stitching? No, one more. Okay, so the next one is Pink Peonies. This was on my whip go this month as well. It's also the stitch that I do on Sunday, and the Bountiful Bookshelf is my Monday stitching, but because I've had such little stitching, I've been stealing those days for other projects. So these haven't had, you know, the amount of stitching they should have done. I hit my whip go goal on this one, and then I kind of put it away really. I'm just struggling to do more than 250 stitches a day at the moment, especially with high confetti pieces. I mean, those people that do this will understand. I'm not a two-hand stitcher, and I want to be a two-hand stitcher. And those people, like, who is it who absolutely amazes me? Tara, One Stitch at a Time. She does like 22,000 stitches in 1 month. And Tanya from, oh my goodness, what is Stitching Addicted? 17,000 stitches in 1 month. Like, how are you doing it, guys? Literally, it's absolutely amazing. It's impressive, and I'm blown away by the amount of stitching that you guys do. But I'm either like a super slow stitcher, or just not. Well, this month I just haven't had the time to sit down and do it. So I can't tell you the percentage on this one because it at the moment is on what is it called? My God, so my brain is so tired right now. I've got so much going on, I'm not sleeping. There is, oh my goodness. So I created this myself on a, oh my goodness, I am having a brain fart moment. Anyway, okay, it might come back to me. So I charted this myself on Threadbare. There we are, Threadbare. So on Threadbare, it doesn't tell you how many stitches you've done in that day. What you have to do is take the full stitch count that is completed, and then take away what is left, if that makes sense. So if you did 1,000 stitches, you'd have 1,000 more on that day. But unlike Pattern Keeper, it doesn't tell you you've stitched 1,000 stitches. Also, what it doesn't tell you is it doesn't tell you the percentage. Now, you could sit and work it out, but you know, my brain is you know, just not functioning like it should be right now. So I just don't want to put it through any more pain than it has to be, really. So this one hasn't, this is a huge one. This one hasn't had as much stitching as I'd like, but you know what, has any of them really? I do, however, absolutely love the colours on this one. So this is one that I am charting myself. I did sit through a lot of Pattern Keeper and try and put in this on Pattern Keeper, you know, taking off all the stitches that I'd already done, because I want to migrate from Threadbare over to Pattern Keeper eventually, because I want to be able to tell you the percentages and everything like that. So I did have a, you know, 5-10 minutes in the mornings when I was having a cup of tea that I thought, do you know what, I'm just going to like input some stitching on my Pattern Keeper, which I've done. So I did 513 stitches. I'm stitching this on 20 count 1/1, and I'm going to have to stand up for this one. Bear with. This is where you saw it last month. And this is on a very, very big Omnic frame. And this is where I am now. I just need to, let me just move that up there. Okay, woo, there we are. So as you can tell, I'm trying to do this in such a way that it's going to make it really easy for me to import it into Pattern Keeper. Well, when I say import it, I mean, you know, click the stitches. So if I can just hold this up. I worked mainly in this area here. I worked mainly in this area here and some area here. That's kind of where I was filling in the blanks, just trying to get rid of those rogue stitches again, which takes forever because pretty much, oh, where am I? All of these stitches are all different colors. So it takes time. It takes so much time. And you know, time is very much of the essence, and it's something that I just don't have a lot of, you know, I just don't have a lot of time to do it. This month I had 3 extra clients as well. And then I'm obviously seeing all the clients from my sports massage therapy that I would ordinarily see. So obviously that's taken up some of my time. But yeah, I haven't had the stitching time that I really wanted. Now this is one that, so let's talk about plans. So that's my stitching. So let's talk about plans. Let's talk about this month's WIP go. Let's talk about what we've got going on this month. So one is done, so I can cross that out. What was it? 1 and 15 this month, wasn't it? 1 and 15, 1 and 15. Okay, so WIP go coming into October is looking pretty full right now. What was I going to say? Yes, so I did plan on getting this one finished off, and I'll show you. I was going to do a stitch with me with this one, and I never got round to it. I'm like 250 stitches off finishing this one, this bumblebee. And it's just such a shame that I haven't managed to find the time to do the stitch with me, because I do want to do a stitch with me with this one to finish this project with you. As you can see, it's just basically the wing. This wing here. Sorry, let me just do this a different way. This wing has got a few stitches in there, as you can tell, that I need to put in. This one is done completely, finished a wing. So yeah, I do want to put a stitch with me together to get this one complete, but I've just, you know, there's always been priorities elsewhere, hasn't there? There's always been something else I can work on, and I will do it, I promise, because I'm so close. I'm like 98%, no, not even 98%. I'm like 95% complete on it. So I want to get it done. I want to get it done and finished and put away. And maybe framed. I could frame this one actually, because I wanted to put it in my bedroom. My bedroom is like a, what colour would you say it was? Grey and mustard yellow. And that goes well with, you know, his or her, I don't know what you'd call that, abdomen, carapace? I don't know. Anyway, her body, should I say. So it goes really well with that. So my plan this month is to try and get a stitch with me done. I might have to do that on a weekend. I might have to steal, again, I might have to steal one of the days for my other stitching pieces. But yeah, everything is just so crazy right now. And I will tell you what my plans are. I will tell you what's been going on in a second. So, WIP go plans. This month was called, and it was 14 and 19, wasn't it? I want to say it was 14 and 19. Let me just check, one sec, because I don't want to tell you the wrong thing. Let's have a look. WIP go. WIP go 2023. Featured. Yeah, 14 and 19, or 19 and 14, whichever way you want to look at it. So that is 14 is pink peonies, which is great because I get to work on pink peonies again. I have to do 500 stitches. 19 is Henry VIII. I've got to do 1,000 stitches, which is fine because generally Henry VIII is easy to do 1,000 stitches because it's block colour. That is, if you are unsure on which one that one is, it is this one. Again, this one's charted by Heaven and Earth Designs, and the artwork is by Hans Holbein. Absolutely stunning, stunning, stunning piece of Henry VIII. Now, like I've explained before, I don't really like him as a person, and he's notorious and infamous for the wrong reasons, but you can't tell me that is not a stunning piece of art. It's just beautiful. I get it's not everyone's cup of tea. However, I like it. So I'm doing this one 18 count 2/1 because I want it big. So it's a pride of place and it looks like amazing. So I'm doing that one on Ada 18 count 2/1. So I've got to do 1,000 stitches on Henry VIII. I've got to do 500 stitches on Pink Peony. I've got to do 500 stitches on Peacock Love, which is this one. This is another one that I'm almost finished. I can't remember what percentage I'm finished on this one, what percentage I'm at on this one, but this is beautiful. I'm doing that one on 18 count 2/1. Artwork is by Josephine Wall. It's a smaller version of a bigger pattern that she's done called Peacock Days, which I've also got the pattern to that one, which I might do one day, you never know. The colours on it are gorgeous. I think that's what really drove me to that one, is the colours. And at the time I had loads and loads of big projects, but I wanted to work on something that was a bit smaller. So I decided to, go for that one. Yeah, even though I've got the full pattern, anyway. So the other one that has come up again is, actually let me just grab it here. Where are you? Where are you? Here you are. So the next one that I need to do is, sorry if you can hear all those clicks, this is emails. I get emails. Oh, do you know what? I'll tell you about that in a minute. Bookshelf. I need to colour complete 3843. So that is this one. I have no idea what 3843 on this one is yet. However, this month for Full Coverage Fanatics, it is grey. So I'm going to fill in, I think it's 914 or no, 930, sorry, or 932. They tend to be grey blues. So I'm hoping to get this book, most like the grey colour in that book done. That is a plan. So yeah, Full Coverage Fanatics is grey, so I'll get that done, and I've got to colour complete colour 3843. So that's cool. So that is that one. And then I need to do 500 stitches on Resistance is Futile, which you've seen. And this month I have a free space. Ta-da! So myself and some other stitchers, even though one person has started early, you know who you are, have decided that we are going to come together and we are going to do this project. It's gorgeous. Artwork is by Donna Gelsinger and it's called All Hallows Eve, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. No, the only reason that she started early is because she's in a completely different part of the world, so technically it still would be the first, but I think she's a day in front of us. So she hit the first before we hit the first. So anyway, that's the only reason. So my free space this month is I'm going to make it a new start. Now, yes, technically I probably should be working on something I'm already working on. However, just having, you know, with the way the months are going at the moment, I want to work on something that I actually really, really want to do. And I really want to start this one. And I want to start it with, I've got some subscribers that I'm starting it with, and Tanya from Addicted Stitcher. The Addicted Stitcher, I think that's what her name is. I will put her down underneath in the description box. So yeah, the Addicted Stitcher, I think she is. So that is the plans for this month. Yeah, as you can tell, I'm completely and utterly exhausted. My phone doesn't stop ringing. My Facebook, both business and personal, is just, I feel like totally overwhelmed all the time. I'm running 2 phones. I've got personal, so my clients, half of them are on my personal phone, half of them on this is my business phone. I'm dealing with the guy who is helping me with my deck. I'm dealing with the guys that are dealing with my arena. So okay, that is the end of the stitching. So if there's anyone that's not interested in my private life, I get it. Okay, I get it. There are some people that feel that I give out too much information. TMI. You know, you made your point, it's fine. But there are people in here that also really are interested about what's going on, and the amount of support and comments that I get about what's going on and everything just cements the fact that yes, you are interested. Now, those that are only interested in the stitching, this is the reason why I get the stitching out and done first, so then you can just get on with your day and your stitching and have some fun, and you don't have to worry about anything else that's going on in my life if you're not interested, and that's fine too. So cross stitch is finished, it's over, it's done. Now, so going back to what I was saying earlier is that, you know, I've got so much going on at the moment, and I even had to write a list because it's just crazy right now. Let's start from the beginning, shall we? At the beginning of September, I think I may have spoken to you and told you that DPD had lost my mobile phone, and they were like literally not interested. A $1,200 phone, brand new. They put their hands up and they were like, not our problem. You know, I know we picked it up from your mum's and it got lost in our depot, but not our problem. So the first week of that, I was trying to get them to hold some responsibility, and it was just a nightmare. And that was really stressful. For one, that was, you know, I'd signed a 3-year contract with my mobile phone company in the UK. I have to have a UK phone because all of my banks in the UK are connected to my UK number. As you know, when you go onto, a lot of the time when you go onto internet banking and things, they send you texts and things like that. So I can't get my UK bank, any of my UK banks, on my American phone because it's not the right region. Also, I know it sounds really crazy, there are things like amazon.co.uk and audible.co.uk. So I don't normally shop now on amazon.co.uk, but again, that's all connected to my UK phone number. Audible.co.uk, all of my books are connected to my, okay, that was it. Yeah, that was the reason why I said amazon.co.uk, because I buy my audio books on Amazon, and they're downloaded onto my Audible, which is audible.co.uk, not audible.com. I haven't got a .com account, and apparently they're separate. So if I wanted a .com account, I would have to pay for audible.com and audible.co.uk. So I obviously have to have a British phone because amazon.co.uk is also connected to my UK phone, as is audible.co.uk. Plus, everyone in the UK has got my UK number. So I can't just ditch a UK phone. I have to have a UK phone, first and foremost. So signed a brand new 3-year contract with Vodafone. Then with that, I got an upgrade. They sent a mobile phone out to me, went to my mum. Fine, mum. I arranged for it to be picked up by a courier company to be couriered over to me. Well, what a freaking palaver that was. It was an absolute bloody nightmare from start to finish. It's only just ended now, like been sorted now, but DPD haven't sorted it. This was like me, you know, sorting it myself. So went to the depot, got completely lost. They held their hands up and they were like, no, not our responsibility, not our problem. So because I didn't insure it for the amount it should have been insured for, I would have only got like £250 back. But then, to be honest, I didn't think that a courier was going to lose it because, you know, generally couriers don't lose things because everything is barcoded. But lesson learnt, we'll never be doing that again. Anyway, then so whilst I was dealing with that, Ellie from the UK came to see me. I'm going to stop touching the table now because the phone is going a bit mental. She came over to see me, which was really lovely. So we didn't have much time. I didn't have much time to do any stitching, which is fine. I explained that. But I wanted to show her Atlanta and I wanted to show her some nice places and we wanted to hang out and have dinner and go for drinks and things like that. So she was here for 3 days and then her dad was going to join her. And her dad was going to stay, and her were going to stay in a hotel somewhere. And he was coming in at like 6 o'clock, something like that. And I said to Ellie, do you want your dad just to stay here? I was like, you can keep him with me. And your dad can keep on the, I've got like down here, I've got a sofa bed from IKEA, you know, those pull-out beds. So, you know, me and you will keep, well, I mean, we were university friends. Like, I mean, to be fair, most of our time was spent on the floor after we'd come in from a real heavy night out. So, you know, keeping in bed was, an improvement. So I said to her, look, you know, it's late. Let's, you know, let your dad like keep on the sofa and then we'll keep in my room. And then you guys can decide what you want to do. Anyway, so that night, I think he actually arrived here at like 6 o'clock. And so we went out for dinner, which is really nice. And we talked about what Ellie had been doing at Camp America and yada, 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 and what her dad does. And that was the first time I met her dad. Her dad was absolutely lovely. And then the next day, so this is a guy who works 24 hours a day. He's in security. I mean, he is just like off the grid, crazy amount of work he does. And the next day, he just wanted to do nothing. And I'm surrounded in like sereneness. And he said that he's never been so relaxed in a place ever. So I said, look, you know what? You and Ellie are fine to spend as much time as you want here. They were going to go on a road trip anyway, so it was only ever going to be like a few days or whatever, but they were going to spend money in a hotel. And I said, look, why don't you spend the time that you're going to spend in a hotel like here, and then when you go on your road trip, you can just go on your road trip and that's it. And he was like, oh, that's a really nice offer, thank you so much. So he took the next day to completely like chill, which was great. But in the time that Ellie was here without her dad, she said to me, do you have a platinum bank account with your bank at home? And I was like, you know what? I think I do. I think I pay for a platinum bank account with NatWest, which is my bank at home. Now, unlike the US, which is not a thing out here, in the UK, some of our bank accounts, you can upgrade your bank accounts and you pay like monthly. So they can include things like free mobile phone insurance, free holiday insurance, free breakdown insurance. There are some other things as well that you get with it. I can't remember, but they're the main ones that I remember. So she said, why don't you just claim on your insurance for your bank? So I was like, oh my God, what a good idea, which meant that I would be able to get a brand new phone. So I spoke to my bank and they were like, yes, you have a platinum account with us. I'm just going to put you through to the mobile phone insurance department. Anyway, within 2 days, I had a brand new phone. Same phone. They delivered it to my friend, which was great because I said to them, look, can you, instead of going to my mum and then us going through this whole palaver again, I said, my friend's coming over to the US on the 9th of October. Can you please just send it to her and she'll bring it? And they said, yeah, no problem. I had to pay £100 excess. Job done. It was so easy. I filled out a form. I had to just send them a form to prove that the IMEI had been blocked. because obviously it'd been lost, that I had actually purchased it from Vodafone. Obviously I had my Vodafone contract, and that it was, what was it? I think that was the two things, that it was the IMEI was blocked, and that proof of purchase. I think they're the only two things I needed. Whacked that paperwork over to them within 2 days. The mobile phone had landed on my friend's doorstep. So that was at the beginning of the month. Then obviously we had Ellie. We had a great time. You know, we went to see a Braves game, which I've never seen before, which was absolutely amazing. And whenever I go out, I always tend to be the one that drives, because I've generally got friends with me and they don't have American driver's licenses. So, you know, I drive, and so I don't drink. But Ellie's dad on this occasion drove, which was amazing. So we went to the Braves game at like 7 o'clock, and it got really messy after that. We hit the club, we hit the bars, and we just had a great night. And first time in a long, long time, I just forgot about everything that was going on. I let my hair down, and I just had the best time. The next day, what happened the next day? Oh yeah, okay, so we got back at like 3 a.m. The next day, I had clients in Milton, which is like an hour and a half away. 9 o'clock start, wasn't feeling too impressive, not gonna lie. However, and I definitely can't do what I used to do when I was at 21 years old. But I picked my butt up out of bed, and I went to my clients, and everything was fine. Was feeling a little bit worse for wear, not gonna lie, but I did it, and everything was fine. What else did we do? Other than that, we just, you know, went out for lunch and we went to Stone Mountain. Couldn't go up it though, because Stone Mountain was closed due to, they had thunderstorms. But we waited we waited a while, and then they were like, oh, it might be open in 10 minutes. And then it never was. It didn't reopen then, but we stayed there for like 4 hours. And then like eventually we're like, do you know what? This is clearly not going to work for us today. Let's just go and do something else. And that was the same day as the Braves game. That's when her dad said, well, Braves are playing tonight. Do you want to go and see a Braves game? So anyway, that's what we did. So, so that phone insurance palaver, or the phone palaver, is over with. I bought a washing line and installed it myself. It's one of those ones that is that kind of shape, because I had my land bush hogged a couple of weeks ago, and I asked him to move. At the beginning, I had a cattery built for my cats, but they wouldn't go in it anyway, so whatever. So it was just this big, heinous, horrible kind of construction outside. And I said to the guy that was bush hogging, can you tip it upside down? Because what had happened is that it got put on its roof, and on the roof was wire. So what had happened over time is the grass had grown in between, you know, all the bits and bobs. And he was like, yeah, it's fine anyway. So he went up with his, like, the bush hog thing, and he went to push it, and the whole thing crumpled, because like the wood was clearly, you know, it'd been there a while and it was getting mouldy and everything. So that is like a heap on the ground right now, which doesn't look very nice. But until I've decided what I'm going to do with it all, I need a trailer really. So I bought a washing line, and what else did I do? I'm having a deck built, which is the reason why I'm doing this today, because he's coming tomorrow. And you know, when I was trying to talk to my dad the other day, and he was here, bless him, it was like all was screwing, banging, everything. My dad was like, what's going on? I said, I'm having a deck built. So so my friend's husband, who is a house husband, they've just had a baby. When she goes to work, she takes the baby every other day, and every other day, you know, he's in the house and this, that and the other. And she's like, if you got any ideas of how to get him out of the house, please let me know, because he's driving me nuts. And that was quite funny. So I said, well, he can help me build a deck if he wants. I just said it in this like a flippant comment. I wasn't even serious about it. And he turned around and was like, really? What, you want a deck built? And I was like, well, yeah, I'm thinking about it. The kickboards, we aren't doubling up on the width of the kickboards anymore for the arena. So I've got 60 6-inch by 2-inch planks of wood. So I was like, well, do you think I need much wood for that? And he was like, well, no, not really. I said, I've got 66, like they're 10 foot by 6-inch by 2-inch. And he was like, oh, wow, that's more than enough. He said, if you want a deck built, well, I'll come over and help you. Yeah, sure. So, yeah, we're building a deck together, which is great. It's really exciting because I can have like a really nice sitting area out there. I bought a fire pit. I bought a table and chairs. And this weather at the moment is just the best weather to sit out there in the evening, to sit there in the day, because you can sit out there in the day because it's not like, you're not feeling like you have to peel yourself off the floor because it's so hot. I don't need the air conditioning on. It's just beautiful right now. It's just the best time of year. So when Louise comes over, we're going to sit out there, you know, we're going to make some dinner, have a couple of glasses of wine, and it's just going to be gorgeous. So I'm so thankful to him for helping me. When I say he's helping me, I would say I'm helping him, because I don't know what I'm doing. But I know how to use Pythagoras' theorem again. Something I've not used in a long time, since school. So when he was like, do you know about the triangular rule, the 8, 6, 4? And I was like, no, 2, 4. He said 2, 4, 6. And I was like, yeah. It was like, what is it? I'm like, well, what are you trying to do? So he said, like, well, I'm trying to establish a 90 degrees right angle. And I was like, oh, okay. I said, so you're using Pythagoras' theorem then? He was like, yeah, I am. I was like, oh, okay. So he said, do you know how to use it? And I'm like, yeah. And then my dad was using it for the arena as well, so it's come into play. So now I feel like I'm a Pythagoras' theorem pro. So if anyone wants any help on how to get a 100% correct right angle, let me know, because I'm the person. So that was quite funny. But, you know, he's doing it exactly. It's amazing. And the thing with this deck is that we aren't concreting it into the ground. We're putting on paviers. So it can be moved, which is great, because if I actually have to move the RV or whatever, it's going to be lifted by machinery, but it can be lifted and moved. Fantastic. So I'm having a deck built. So that's something else that I'm doing. The guy that is actually doing my arena comes tomorrow. And bless him, my dad was building kickboards. Well, he did build the kickboards for my arena, but we are 18 short. I didn't realise he'd run out of wood. Didn't tell me, bless him. So when I was counting the kickboards the other day, I was like, Dad, we've got 48 kickboards. And he was like, right. I said, how many do we need? And he said 60. Because they're 10 foot each. So they have to like go around a 200 by 100 arena. And I was like, oh, okay. I think we're a few kickboards short. And he's like, well, you're going to have to make some up. And I said, okay, fine. So now I've got to make up a load more kickboards, which is going to be fun. But, you know, he's already done the feet to them. So all I need to do is get the measurements right and then bang, 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 screw, screw, screw. Shouldn't take too long. What else? So this month, I have really been working on my website. So me and my friend and I had to basically get a new domain, because my domain is hvequine.com. But for us to be able to work on my website, we had to redo a brand new website. And the guy that did that website, it wasn't a WordPress website. It was, you know, when they were coding and everything. So he can do all the coding and everything, but he just said, you know what, Holes, it'd be so much easier if we just do you a brand new website using WordPress, and we'll do hv-equine.com. Then when we've got it ready to go and we're ready to host, what we can do is we can move your domain name over to this domain, to this website. The other one will just go, and then, you know, Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. Done. So we have been designing the website. We've been filling it in. He's been showing me how to use it, you know, to make changes to it, because the problem that I had with the other one is that I had no way of updating it, implementing it, putting new pictures in, or, you know, any kind of amendment at all myself. And I just felt that actually, you know, if it's my website and I've got things changing all the time, it's important that I can actually do that myself. So the website is amazing. He's also setting up an e-commerce side of it as well. He's just like amazing at websites. Because this month, as if I haven't got enough going on, I decided that I'm going to bring out my own horse supplement, and that is turmeric. So you can get a horse supplement here, turmeric. However, it is so expensive. It's like $97 for like a small tub. Well, at home we're paying like £15 for a big tub of turmeric at home, and it has so many properties to it. You know, it's anti-inflammatory, it's great for digestion, it's great for like skin and coat, it's great for the immune system. So, and a lot of my clients, when I was talking about it, they were like, oh, I'd buy it. And then like next one be like, oh, I'll buy it. So I was like, well, you know, there's this kind of line where I can probably sell it to my friends or give it to my friends, whatever. But when you become a business, then there is that line that you then have to do everything commercially. And, you know, that line of being friends disappears. So I said, okay, well, if you're going to buy it, I need to sell it, which means that I need to make sure that I can source turmeric from somewhere that's decent, that I can source the black pepper, because you mix black pepper in it, because black pepper is the catalyst. That's what allows the body to absorb the turmeric. So I found a supplier of turmeric, really, really nice, great. Everything is above board. It's tested. So the only thing in it is turmeric. So it comes certificated, same with the black pepper. So I know exactly what's going in it. With that, I needed to source tubs, which you would think actually would be really easy, but it's not, because everyone is like a minimum 15,000 order. So I have found a company that buys tubs from the company that I want to buy tubs from, but they've got a massive minimum order. However, this company uses so many of those tubs that they've said that they would actually sell me, you know, 100 tubs at a time, which is fab. So I went on a run this morning because I'm trying to get fit as well. And when I went down to my mailbox, I saw that there was a big package outside my box, or inside my box, should I say, that I've got a big delivery box, Amazon box thing, that all of my deliveries go in. And in there was the samples to the tubs. So I need to get the tubs sorted out. I spent a lot of my time last week working on the label, because I really, really realistically wanted the tubs to be like a dark blue colour, and then have like, you know, a kind of a jazzy label, or maybe not so much of a jazzy label, but you could see it on shelves and things like that and it would stand out. However, I could have got a custom tub with the ones that I've got a 15,000 minimum order. However, you know, ones that I don't, and I haven't got custom orders, I can't. So we've gone back to base, and I've decided, right, I'll do a white tub, and then I'll make a label, and I will put the label up here so you can have a look. This is the label that I've designed. I wanted it to be really colourful. I wanted it to like shout at you, but I wanted it to be professional. So this is what I've designed with the help of Alex again, because he's a Photoshop genius. So I've been doing that. I've been dealing with UK2, who is my domain host, to try and get my domain moved eventually. As well as obviously seeing my clients. So yeah, it's just been a really, really, really busy month. Ridiculously busy, like so much going on. Not only have I got the arena being built and everything, I need to try and get the drawings done for my barn so the builders can, you know, so I can get the blueprints done for the builders. So that's something else I need to do. Oh, it's just so much. And yeah, there are days where I feel like, oh, Holes, you've got this, you know, you've got it, you're fine. And then there's days where, like today, that I feel totally overwhelmed. I don't know whether I'm coming or going. I am just trying to kind of put a to-do list together and tick off as I go. Last week was good, because last week we pretty much sorted the website out. We pretty much did the labels. I think I've sourced the right place for the tubs. Last week was so stressful because everything was up in the air. So yeah, just being on the phone to people all the time, and, you know, going back to the phone, like I'm running 2 phones at the moment, my business and my personal one. Facebook is driving me nuts. Like every second of the day I've got ding, 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 ding notification. My email's going mental. My email's like blowing up, and every so often I've got like new email, and I just feel like technology is attacking me right now. So when I go for a run in the mornings, I don't take anything with me. That is my time. Everything just stays here. Everyone can wait. And yeah, it's weird, isn't it? But you know, I've tried putting my phone on silent, and then I miss texts from important texts, like from clients and stuff, where they're like, you know, can you come out of this day? And then I've completely freaking missed it. And I just feel like an idiot. So I can't do that. I can't put my phone on silent. But yeah, I just need to manage it better, I think. I just need to manage it better. Also, in the back of my mind, I've got that everything is supposed to be done by January, because January I'm supposed to be applying for my visa. And I haven't even got an arena yet. However, considering the USCIS are renowned for like declining, what's the other word? Like, what's the opposite of approve? Rejecting, I guess. Like 90% of people changes of status. They're just renowned for it because they go into so much detail. And then I got the request for further evidence. So my immigration lawyer already knew I was going to get an RFE because there was some information that was missing, like business license, which is probably like one of the most important things that they need, really. So after I had that 3 months to get all the information together, I sent it all off, and then they approved my change of status. Now, I am way more further on than I was. So I feel like sometimes, you know, I need to take the pressure off. Okay, it might not get done in January, but it might get done in March, April, May. And actually it doesn't matter, because if I apply and I get all my visa stuff together and I do all that and get it sent off, apparently I can add to it. So as my arena gets done, I can take a picture of my arena. I can send that, because unlike the change of status, where the USCIS were dealing with it in, California, and they have to have everything by paper. The UK embassy for America, the American embassy in UK, should I say, they require everything via email. So I can just add to my application as and when, you know, things happen. Also, if, you know, everything, you know, I don't know, should I just say the shit hits the fan? I guess that's a really good way of doing it. And I don't get what I need to get done, I can get an extension on my E2 status. Not ideal, because I want to go home and see my friends and things like that. But there are options out there. However, you know, I had this discussion with my dad, considering the USCIS have approved my E2 change of status, I don't feel that there is going to be an issue with getting my actual visa, because everything is still, by the time, okay, so it takes 6 months for them to process it. My E2 status ends in July this year. No, July next year. July this year is just gone. July next year. So basically, I have to either extend my E2 status, or I have to have my visa ready to go. And the embassy are taking 6 months to process things. Now, I need to obviously be in the US whilst they're looking at everything. So I was putting pressure on myself, thinking, oh, well, you know, what if it's not done, this, that and the other? You know, are they going to give me an RF? Apparently, embassy in London don't really do RFEs. You know, if it looks like a legitimate business, then they'll just, I think they approve like 98% of cases. And even some of them are a bit like, you know, and I've got, you know, staff, I've got 2 years of tax returns, you know, I've got all 3 sides of my business going, you know, I've got contracts in place for builders. I've probably invested about $450,000 right now. So I'm way over. So all the boxes I'm ticking. So what I'm trying to say is that by the time that they do the visa, you have to pretty much have a business ready to go. So, you know, in that 6 months, I'll have a business ready to go. It's fine. I mean, I've already got a business going. You know, my sports massage therapy is going. So, you know, I've already ticked that box as well. So it shouldn't be an issue. Just feel like I need to take a little bit of pressure off and do one thing at a time. And I feel like I've got so much going on right now. And I've got half an arena, half a deck, half a barn, Everything is in, like, nothing is complete at the moment. And I'm sure by, you know, my next video, the deck will be done. The arena might not be completely fully done, but I'll be waiting for the surface. The surface is like really expensive, so I might have to save up a little bit longer for that. And, you know, I should by then hopefully have the builders ready to go on the barn. So yeah, I just need to take the pressure off. I think I'm just putting too much pressure on myself. So yeah, that's kind of what's happened with me this last month. And to be honest, I cannot wait for Lou to come out in October, because I just need some downtime. I think she's going to really pull me away from work, and we're just going to have a really good time. So there may be some evenings that I can get some stitching out, but you know, more likely than not, we're going to be sitting outside in the evening with a glass of wine bottle, and enjoying ourselves and chatting. And I don't know, we haven't seen each other for like 3 years. How crazy is that? So we've got a lot to catch up on. So that is it. As if it's not enough. That is it, really. I really am hoping that next month that I can come back to you with some, you know, semi-decent stitching. What am I going to do today? Well, I need to sort out the domain with Alex. Get that sorted out. He's in the meantime of me being on this video, he's sent me 20 messages by Messenger. He's not one of those that will just send you one message. He'll be like saying 50 things that you can put in one message, but he will send you 50 messages. So I mean, do you know what? I swear it's him that's stressing me out, because it's like ping, 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 ping constantly on my phone. I'm like, oh my God, Alex, just say what you want to say on one message. But yeah, he doesn't. I swear he writes as he thinks, and then like sends the messages and is like, oh yeah, and this, and oh yeah, and this. So yeah, stresses me out. But he has been an absolute godsend. So I'm going to drive down to the bottom now, and I'm going to get those tubs, see what they're like. Then I'm going to speak to Alex, and yeah. And then tonight I'm going to edit this video. I'm going to get this done, and that'll be out to you. So yeah, and hopefully next month I'll be a lot less stressed. Next month, hopefully I'll be like, yeah, I got this done. Oh, let's see, shall we? But yeah, that's the end of my video. Thanks very much for watching. I did tell you what my Instagram account was, so you got that. Oh my God, I didn't say, I've got 3,000 subscribers. Oh my God, I can't believe it. I went onto YouTube this morning because someone sent me a message. I haven't messaged you back yet, but I will. And I'm at 3,000 subscribers. I've hit that big 3. So that's grand. So thank you to everyone. I think I've got another 128 subscribers this month. So thank you to everyone who's subscribed to my channel. It's really, really appreciated. I love doing it. I will always make time for my videos, even though I've got like 50 billion things that are going on as well. It's important to me, and cross stitch is an important thing for me, like psychologically, to say the very least. So that is amazing. So thank you so much to all of you who subscribe to my channel. Loving it, loving having you here, loving the comments. You know, I do go back to each and every one of you. Thank you to everyone who has commented. Thank you to everyone who has been really supportive of my journey, because it is a journey, and one day we'll be there. One day we will get there, but it is a journey. I will obviously show you pictures of the arena and the deck when they're done. So obviously next month you'll have pictures of the deck, because I will put them into my next video, and then hopefully in the month after you will have pictures of my arena. So that's another thing crossed off. Then it's just the barn. Yeah, well, I'm going to leave you now. Thank you so much, guys. Hope you have a lovely rest of the day. I hope you're getting as much stitching in as you can, which is grand. And I will see you in my next video. Cheers, guys. Bye.